Good morning. Oh my goodness. Can you guys believe it? It's me, Anthony McCauley, the MIA Morning Show, Motivation, Inspiration with Anthony. I'm supposed to have a guest this morning, and I'm going to see what happens here. I'm going to continue on with the intro and continue to let you guys know I'm back. I'm back. I think it's been I went out on surgery on March the 15th and haven't done anything since then live. But I'm back this morning. I do have a guest, but I don't know. My guest is invited, and we'll see what happens. And when I get back, if not, I'll continue on with the show, what I had planned, and we'll go from there. But man, what a pleasure to be back in front of you guys. I have missed you all so much. And we're going to do this morning's show return is going to be on a topic that I had, and I also had an interview this morning with a person, and I don't know if she'll come on. And we had a little mix up at times, but I changed the time. I had time at 9:30 to 10, so I'm not going to stay on here long. Just to reintroduce and come back on and get my feet wet again and start doing some things. So stay tuned. I'll be right back after this intro. Well. Man, God is good. That's all I can say this morning. And I don't know what's going to happen. Um, okay, Nicole, thank you so much for joining me this morning. And I had someone that was supposed to join me this morning that was invited to come on the show. And we had some mix ups, but it's all good. I'm going to continue on with what's going on. And this morning, I want to talk about my process of some of the things I've been through. But first of all, I just want to thank God this morning for your life. I want to thank God this morning for my life. I want to thank God this morning for keeping me. It's been March the 15th was surgery date. And update you guys, I'm doing really extremely well. The doctors have given me the clearance to continue doing what I'm doing. Things are intact. I had another back surgery. I had a fusion. This is the second one I've had. And now there's some more surgery needs to take place. Some other things need to take place. But personally, physically, mentally, I'm feeling good. Those things, it's been, I think, 8-9 weeks now since I've had my surgery March the 15th. I am mobile. I've been doing some things out in the community. I've been getting my feet back wet. And I've just been enjoying life and living life. God has blessed me so tremendously. I am so grateful to be back in front of you. And with I even have the new shirt. This is the MIA show, Motivation and Inspiration with Anthony morning show. And what I want to do is start coming on a little bit more often and start pouring into you a little bit more often, because this is a ministry to me. And this is what God has told me to do, to give back. This is how I freely give back to you guys, by pouring into you. I got a new background going on with some positive adjective words going on behind me. Toughness, champion, endurance, agility, focus, all kinds of words back behind me. But I just want you to know that you are beautifully and wonderfully made this morning. You are not a mistake. God has blessed each and every last one of us. And this morning's topic was going to be on recovery. And my recovery process so far, people think about recovery and they start immediately going to those areas of recovery when people are dealing with drugs and alcohol. Well, that's a major part of my story as well. But I want to deal with recovery on different levels this morning. And the level I'm dealing with it right now is my recovery process of healing from back surgery. So, yes, things are going well with me. Physical therapy has been just to move around. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Nicole. And thank you so much. But I want to just keep it simple this morning and talk about the recovery process of what is recovery. And recovery is that return to a normal state of health, mind, strength, and it's the action process of regaining possession or control of something that was stolen or lost. I lost a lot of things. And I am talking about addiction recovery. And there's 5 stages of that. I just received my recovery coaching certification. Hey, Sandra, good morning. Recovery coaching certification, along with to add along with my other my other education things, and my degree in human services, concentrating on addiction counseling. I have that, but there's 5 stages of addiction recovery. It's pre-contemplation. Yeah. Contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. And what is recovery and how important is it? Tell Billy I said hello, Sandra. Good morning to you all. Good morning to all of my MIA morning show viewers. I just thank you guys so much for tuning in. And after you know what, I know I'm off track. I know I started something, but I miss you guys. I really do. Life has been good to me. The last 7 months, the last 8 months have been tough. And I made it through. I'm still sober. I am. I'm still sober, having used through this. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned how to build strength and agility and to do those things to keep a peace of mind. Good morning, Celeste. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I just want to thank you guys. I'm on here this morning. I'm not going to be here long. This is just a reintroduction of getting my feet wet again and tuning back into the MIA morning show. And now I'm going to be the MIA morning show. I'm going to be a morning show and coming on and being led by the Spirit of God to come on and start tackling and start dealing with some things and start talking to people and start pouring into people's lives to let you know that look at my life. I want my life to be an example. Good morning, Mama T. I'm back, Mama T. So this is after I think it's been 8 or 9 weeks since surgery, and I'm mobile, and the back is doing good. But I have those times of being sore and doing those type of things. But for the most part, God has been blessing my socks off. Yes. And LC, thank you so much. Man, I got some great friends. You guys are amazing to me. I love you guys. I've seen some of you since I've had the back surgery and everything, but through it all, I have abstained from using any drugs. Yes, because and alcohol is a drug, okay? But first coming out of back surgery, of course, they told me, the pain levels were too extremely high for me to take over-the-counter medication. I had to take OxyContin, okay? But I found myself to a point where my body said, hey, take 3 more of those. So I had to get out of that. That's just who I am, guys. I loved it. It took away the pain, but I found out I had another regimen of extra strength Tylenol that works just as good. So that's what I worked on and continue to do and delved into the pain medication of extra strength Tylenol. So that's all I take now, along with my vitamins and stuff to continue my health. But there's some other surgeries that need to take place in the next few months. I need a hip replacement surgery, but enough about my personal life. How have you guys been? I see the comments rolling in, and thank you so much for your love and your respect for me and who I am and those things that I've been going through in my life. So many of you have been pouring into me and letting me know that you are on my side, and I genuinely felt that. The love, the outpour, and the things that you poured into my life, I want to say thank you. Self-awareness. Awesome. Thank you, Mama T. Lord have mercy, I miss your wisdom. And I know I can get it at any time, though, but thank you so much for that. Self-awareness. Wow. What is recovery? And how is it important? In some alcohol and other drug treatment says the term in recovery describes those participating in or who have completed an abstinence-based treatment program, or those who attend self-help programs such as AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, and Narcotics Anonymous. People who working in the alcohol and other drug fields have different views about the idea of recovery, and there's little agreement, okay, about what it means and involves or how it is assessed. Some question the concept altogether, asking whether it's a useful way of understanding the experiences of people with an alcohol or drug addiction, dependence, or habit. And everybody works their recovery different. Mine happens to be spirituality. I have attended those support groups, okay? Those support groups of Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, because my drug of choice was narcotics, okay? And I have attended both those support groups, but as I continued to grow along with that, I found out that the only thing I had to change was everything about me. That was the only thing I had to change. The only thing I had to change about me was everything. So that's what I did, and I got it to a point where it turned out to be that any time I got away from spiritual things in my life, I'm talking about me now, okay? I don't know, for those of you who may still be I pray, if you're in active addiction right now, just get the help you need. I don't stand in judgment. I can't stand in judgment because I didn't create you. Until I create my own universe, then I can begin to judge. Who am I? I can't stand in judgment of who you are. And so I continue to move forward. But what has happened over the past 8-9 weeks is such a divine spiritual nature and a growing closer of God in my life. It doesn't mean that I have had days where I just didn't feel like doing things. No, but for the most part, I've changed my attitude, and and it has allowed me to walk in a useful nature of pouring into others. My focus is servanthood. My focus is serving others, but not forgetting about myself. I love it happens genuinely. It happens with a clear mindset, and it happens with the motivation of knowing that God created each and every last one of us, and I am on this earth to give back what has been freely given to me. And that is a pure heart. With so many things going on in the world today, we have all been faced with so much over the past year with this pandemic thing. With you guys, you already know the story. I'm not going to bring it. You already know. We've lost loved ones. Oh, man, he's talking about so many people. We've lost so many people. But with those of us that are still here, we still got work to do. Those of us who are still dealing with things in our lives that it may be coming to dealing with some addictive behaviors, I'm going to pray that you would just get the help that you need. Seek those who are genuinely here to help you. And thank you so much. I'm looking at some of the comments. Thank you so much, Miss Natalie, for your praising God for your supernatural healing. Thank you so much. It has been a supernatural healing because at first they told me it was going to be 8 months before the healing would take place. But miraculously, I don't wear the back brace anymore. I walk around. I take precautions. Whatever I need to do for the day. If I'm sore or hurting, I do what I need to do. I still walk with a cane every once in a while, slowly weaning myself off of that as well. But I want you guys to know here locally in Moore County, I am part of More Recreations, and it's a community recovery center that is in Carthage, North Carolina. And what we do is I'm part of the team, and what I do is I teach helping men recover for those young men who are incarcerated in the Moore County system. I teach the 1-hour Zoom class every week for them. And this resource center is located on 105 East Barrett Street in Carthage, North Carolina. It's called More recreations. Okay, more recreations. What they do is provide support for anyone seeking recovery resources. Those recovery resources are peer support. I'm working on my certified peer support specialist. I've already got my recovery coaching, but peer support is one-on-one support to develop a recovery plan. Also, we have recovery groups. We're providing at this resource center groups. I'm sorry. We have recovery groups that provide support with employment, learning a new skill, anger management, and exploring self. Those are some of the things you have to get back to when you're working on your recovery. Family support will also be at this More Recreations Resource Community Resource Center, part of Drug Free Moore County, that's in Carthage, North Carolina, on 105 East Barrett Street, Carthage, North Carolina. We're going to be providing family support. That family support is groups and educational information to help understand substance use and recovery. Also, alternative support. I like this part of it. Community garden, yoga, art, sewing classes, and a whole lot more. At the resource center, there will be renewal solutions. Medicated assessment treatment is available on Fridays through the integrated pain solutions. And I just wanted to point that out. That's what my guest was going to talk about. And we had some times mixed up. And if I don't get an opportunity to do it today, I will interview her again. And we may do it next week. We may do it in the morning. But I wanted her to come on and share her experience, strength, and hope. And wow, thank you, Celeste. The club she sponsored at Pinecrest, Uplift, raised $1,000 for more recreation this school year. So excited about this new resource and that you are involved in this. Thank you so much, Celeste. Oh my goodness, I had no idea about that, but I love the vision that Miss Karen has for the more recreations. And right now, I'm going to add in Stephanie. Looks like she's tuned in, and I'm going to add her to the stream right now, and we'll get started with her coming on. So let me see. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning. Good morning. Please tell me you can hear me.
I can hear you extremely well, and I started this show at 9:30. But thank you so much for tuning in. I kept wondering if you were going to be here for me this morning, and but what I told the people was, I said if she's not here, we will definitely get this done sometime this week. So,
I've been
ladies
listening
and
to you
gentlemen,
on my way to work. So,
yes, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, uh, thank you so much this morning for tuning in. I have with me on the MIA Morning Show, Motivation, Inspiration. I have Stephanie Heck McLean.
hi,
Okay,
everybody.
Stephanie is the mother of 5 kids. She has 2 grandkids, and Stephanie holds her associates in human resources, concentrating in substance abuse. We got the same thing going on here. Mine was human services, concentrating in substance abuse. And Stephanie is also CADC, CPSS, and a recovery coach. And in 2022, Stephanie is going to graduate with her bachelor's in human services. Stephanie, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Look, right now my listeners and my followers are already commenting this morning. So Stephanie, you know what? I just want to say thank you again for being a part of this show. And I wanted to interview you because um, we're on the same team now.
We are.
And I just told everybody about more recreations, and I went down the list of resources, but you can reiterate that a little bit if you want to.
Awesome sauce. So my name is Stephanie Heck McLean. I work for Drug Free Moore County, which is also partnered with Moore Recreations. We are located in the seed of Moore County in Carthage, North Carolina. So our building, we still have not had our grand opening yet, but hopefully that'll be coming in either June or early July. We're going to offer services. So we want to do something different with recovery. So we all used to recovery is going to meetings or going to church or doing all these little things. But what we need to realize that recovery is also fun. You know, due to COVID, we had a lot of restrictions and, you know, we're told in recovery not to isolate. But guess what? We had to isolate due to restrictions. So hopefully restrictions are lifting up. We'll be able to have some sewing classes, some knitting classes, some cooking classes. We're working on a community garden. We'll have groups. We'll have a whole bunch of neat little activities that we can come together and share our experience, strength, and hope in recovery.
Oh man, that's amazing. I told everybody that we're located in Carthage. And look, Miss Celeste Marino, I don't know if you know Celeste, but Celeste just told me that the club at Pinecrest called Uplift raised $1,000 for more recreation this school year. Yes,
Yes, yes, yes. Miss Karen have been working really close with them, with the youth, and they figured, what better way to support the community? And that's what we are a nonprofit. We do not have any money coming in as far as, billing for services or anything like that. So most of our funds are either fundraisers or people in the community just raising funds for us. Those funds go towards, I don't know if you can see me, but most of the stuff that we work with our peers with the peer support program is evidence based. We try to stick with evidence-based curriculum so everybody's not flying off the handle. We can't have one person doing one thing and another. So those funds go to helping to supply books, pens, pencils, more evidence-based practices, curriculums that we use with the individuals. I think Anthony, you're using Helping Men Recover by Stephanie Covington, right?
I
It's
sure am.
She's awesome. She's awesome. We also use that with the women in jail as far as some of the facilities we serve. Those resources also go to, we have care packages that consist of shampoo, deodorant, washing cloths, toothpaste, and stuff like that. So the individuals that are coming that are homeless or maybe just getting in recovery, we lost a lot in active addiction
Yeah.
and we a lot. And when we get back in recovery, it's rough. So those extra resources just to say, hey, I believe in you. Here's some supplies to kick you off. So those are what those things go towards. The funds that we get, that's what they go towards.
And Stephanie, who's the visionary? I know who she is, but Miss Karen, can you talk a little bit about the vision or the visionary behind this project? This is going to be amazing for the Carthage area. Not only, I mean, for the Moore County area. We need this because we are, Stephanie. You know what? We're getting ready to start helping people return to a normal state of health, a normal mindset, and the strength by offering our experience, strength, and hope. So let's talk about Miss Karen for a minute.
Awesome, awesome. So Miss Karen is my boss. Miss Karen Wicker is the director of Drug Free Moore County. I don't know if y'all know, but Drug Free Moore County was actually started about 35 years ago. It was started by the county. It was also started with the drug task force. Miss Karen is actually retired from Moore County. Is it was it resource extension or some corporate extension. She retired about 5 years ago, but her passion, she has a daughter in recovery, so her passion was to keep helping those in recovery. She could be sitting on the beach, she does have a beach house, but she's always here anyway. Her vision was to have somewhere that people could actually come. We do have an office provided by the county, and it's real small. It's just me and her. Nobody else could fit in it. Her vision was to have somewhere for people to go. I am a member of Narcotics Anonymous. I've attended 12-step programs since I got clean. A lot of people don't relate or don't like 12-step programs. That's just the honest to God truth. Some people don't like the NAAA or Celebrate Recovery. So, but they want to do something creative. And Miss Karen's vision was to have a place that we can actually come to, that people could seek help, that they can sit down and actually talk to somebody. We got funds, fundraisers when we had our office, but now it seems like more people want to donate and more people want to be a part of. Now they can actually see that vision rather than hear about it.
Oh man, that's awesome, and Stephanie, I'm so glad you pointed that out because I was telling earlier, I was telling that everybody recovery process is different, and I love um, in early recovery with me, and I'm coming up on 5 years. Well, actually, I have my 5 years. And yes, yes. And but look, for the 70,000th time. But it's okay. I'm still
It's
here.
okay. Keep coming
And
back.
yes, that's right. Keep coming back. And I was telling everybody earlier, I said, my recovery process is I love AA and NA. And it was support to help me immediately. But I always found in my recovery, Stephanie, that anytime I got off anything that was spiritual,
Mm-hmm.
And when I found out that the only thing I had to change about me was everything,
Mm-hmm.
and that came through me being in ministry. And anytime I got away from that, I found myself in a relapse state.
Mm-hmm.
So I cling to that part of my recovery through spirituality.
Mm-hmm. So as they say that relapse happens before relapse happens. A
Wow.
relapse happens way before we put the dope or the alcohol in our body. We go back to those old behaviors. So for me, let's just say my life can become real unmanageable without the dope. That's me being that yes person. Somebody say yes. Somebody ask me something, I say yes. Somebody say, can you do something? I say yes. My kids say, Mom, can we go to? I say yes. Well, guess what? I've said yes to so many people. I have now overwhelmed myself. So now we're going to go back to those old behaviors, acting out, being angry, being upset, being, just aggressive and stuff like that. So then I get in that mood where, you know what? I done messed up. Let me make me feel better. Because for me, it's not just about alcohol and not about drugs. Alcohol is a drug as well for me. Anything that is mind changing, mood altering for me that gets me out of Stephanie is a drug. For me, early recovery was about just for today. Dude, I can't think about next week. I can't think about tomorrow
Right.
because me learning I went to treatment in Marietta, California in 2014, and that's where I went to treatment at. It was amazing. They taught me how to. I don't have to use drugs, and just for the day, we can think about something else. But what I wasn't prepared for was when I came home. I didn't have to be mom. I didn't have to be wife. I didn't have to do none of those things. But guess what? Reality hit when I came home. It was, now we got to step back into the role of being mom and all of this stuff without the dough. So many of us, and me for myself, I have a dual diagnosis. I use dope because I didn't know how to deal with my depression and my anxiety. So for me to rather than because I was never taught how to deal with it. In my community, I can actually go back and say this: I've never known anybody to have depression or anxiety. Is that common? Somebody knows something, but it was never spoke about. So rather than deal with it, guess what? Let's use a dope because the dope is going to make everything go away until everything becomes unmanageable for me. So when I got clean, I came home. I got with a group of people that could teach me, you know what? Somebody taught me how to use dope. Somebody taught me how to get high. Now I need somebody to teach me how to stay clean just for today.
Oh my God, Stephanie, thank you so much for being transparent. And that's what we do today. We have to be give back our experience, strength, and hope. And I always tell people, look, I used to be ashamed of it though, Stephanie. I've written 6 books, okay, and in my writing, I didn't want anybody to know that Anthony
Mm-hmm.
was part of the epidemic of crack cocaine in the 1980s, and it took me my whole 30s. I don't know what happened,
Mm-hmm.
but it was I had fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was painted up pretty, and it made me feel like Super Anthony. So Stephanie, my transparency now, I found out through prayer. I found out through some things of learning who about myself that it's not about me.
Mm-mm.
It's not about me.
So the only way that I can keep my recovery, the only way that I can stay focused on my recovery is if I get out of me and start helping other people. I can only keep what I have by giving it away. What does that mean? For me to stay focused in today, knowing that a relapse is a relapse. I don't have to be planning on using it. It happens if I'm not practicing the program. So what I do is I continue to share my experience, strength, and hope with anybody and everybody. My so what happened was that years ago, I got back really deep in the church. I was really deep in the church, and some lies got told, and I got sat down. Well, guess what? I didn't know how to deal with that pain. So what numbed that pain was the drugs. So eventually, when life became unmanageable, I turned away from drugs and the God of my understanding, whom I choose to call God. But today, I realize that we're all a flesh, we're all human, we're all going to fall short, we're all going to make mistakes. I now have a trusting relationship with the God of my understanding, and I always want the God of my understanding will to be done. Because I often do it frequently. I take back my will, and it usually doesn't work out at all. So let me give my will back to my higher power because it's an epic fail. Okay, that's your transparency. Like, dude, I'm going to do Stephanie Way because Stephanie Way's been working, but it hasn't. So I try to put my trust and my understanding in the God of my understanding and the will for his power for me today. because I don't have all the answers. And my kids ask me, you know what, Ma, how you know this and how you know that? I don't. I Googled it before when you asked me because I can make sure I get the right answer. I Googled everything. Ma, I didn't know. Look, I don't know everything. I can just give you what I have. I think what the beautiful thing about the program that I work is that we were talking about it in the meeting. I still do go to NA meetings. Um, when they say in the literature that the newcomer is the most important person, you know, they say that a lot, and it really. I'm 6.5 years clean, have 7 years, God willing, in July. Um, like there, I got to know that nothing's gotten no better out there. Like everything is still the same. As a matter of fact, it's worse because everything is laced with everything else. Everything is laced with fentanyl. Everything, and people are dying left and right. So it's important for me to know that anytime, because I get those thoughts in my head telling me, if I use just a little bit, won't nobody know. How's anybody gonna know if I don't tell them? I mean, if I just use just a little bit just to get the stress out. For me, I don't know what a little bit is. I don't have that pause button. I don't have that, hey, I'm just gonna get a 20 and we're gonna be done. No, I've pretty much sold everything I got to get the next one. Because it's always for me about that next one. You know, I'm gonna stop here, but just get one more. So I know that I have to stay in today. And those newcomers keep coming in these rooms and keep coming to our program and working with the peers and lets me know stuff hasn't gotten any better. It's not going to get any better, and it's not gonna make anything go away. You know, unfortunately, like you spoke about the crack cocaine epidemic in the 80s, it wasn't a big deal then. You know, nobody's seen it as that. But now, you know, with the opioid epidemic, you know, I think of more people that are losing their lives. These are children of judges, lawyers, attorneys, and doctors. Now they're seeing with these children dying that this is a real issue. I don't care how the issue came about, but we're getting the money and the funds to be able to help everyone. You know, unfortunately, the 80s and 90s epidemic with the crack cocaine was overlooked. You know, it was pumped into the communities, is basically what it was doing. But now with the funds being available, you know, we need to disperse these funds as needed and help every individual that we possibly can. I am a contract worker at Drug Free Moore County. I actually work for a grant for First Health called HRSA. It is $1 million grant spread out over 3 years. With those grants, we help to pay for peer supports, transportations, MAT, well, medication assisted treatment. We have a few doctor providers that help with MAT. We will also have MAT provided here in our office every Friday to help those individuals that are suffering from opioid use disorder. So we have different resources that we're given that trickles down from that grant to help us. Because once again, let me repeat, Drug Free Moore County does not have any money that comes to us every month. We don't bill for our services or anything like that. So it's great to have that resource to be able to help people with that. And now that the transportation committee is actually coming together, it's going to be phenomenal because we want to try to stop all barriers. Because for us, a little barrier is nothing. I got gas, I got a car, well, what about the individual that doesn't have money or a car? Yes, it's public transportation, but public transportation as far as more transportation in Richmond County transportation. But what if they don't have that $4 to $5? Because I don't know about anybody else, but I don't do what I used to do. I wish I could have that $200-300 a day I used to get high on. I don't even know where that money came from, but I know I don't have it today because I'm not living that lifestyle. But we need to create to try to stop all barriers, whether it's transportation, whether it's communication. We had a guy come in here a couple of weeks ago. We helped him enroll into the Obamacare thing for the phone. So now he has phone to contact his doctors. We're helping him with his disability, his unemployment. We're helping anything that is a barrier to anybody's recovery process. Y'all, because I have so much respect for the individuals that got clean during COVID. I can't imagine, like, it's mind blowing to me because that takes dedication, that takes hard work, that takes perseverance, that takes motivation because we had to isolate. We had to. So for that person to isolate at home with children and not use dope or not use alcohol, man, they're a miracle.
Yes, that's a beautiful thing. And Stephanie, along with all of that, we exhausted. I'd exhausted my family,
Mm-hmm.
and but now to feel my mother's smile, to see my mother smile when she's around me now, and look at me and say, "Man, look, you are amazing." And but there's also I had that label put those labels put on me of the stereotypical name crackhead. You know, I used to Stephanie. That thing used to tear me up, but now it burns me up to hear somebody who hasn't been through
Mm-hmm.
what I've been through to call other people names. Those
Mm-hmm.
stigmas, those stereotypical things. I want. I don't care if you just put the bottle down, or you just put down the crack pipe a few minutes ago, and you need resources. You come out and reach for help. I'm gonna do what I can to help you.
Yeah.
I'm not coming to get you because you're gonna have me high before I have you sober. So I'm not coming. I'm not gonna come and find you and say and start ministering to you at a dope house. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
It's a waste of our time. It's gonna go from one ear and right out the other.
Come on now. Come on now.
So I think the beautiful thing about us and what we do is we try to meet individuals where they are. Let me meet you where you are. If you at the dope man house, okay, you know what? I'm going to talk to you. Well, recovery is possible. Whenever you're ready, reach out to me. When you're after the dope man house and you had a 24 hours clean, all right, so let's start on some resources. What you want to do? Now you've got 72 hours, 3 days clean. Let's think about some treatments. It's all about the stages of change. We have to meet the individual where they are, because you at the dope man house and I'm sitting here talking about, hey, let's go to the detox unit. I just wasted my time. Nobody's trying to do that. They might want to go detox once their dope is gone, but they ain't going right now. So we're wasting our time. So we gotta meet people where they are. That's just the honest to God truth. So if I'm talking over your head, I just disconnected and lost. And the stigma, oh my gosh, the stigma is real. Even individuals that are in recovery, won't acknowledge their story. I don't want to acknowledge their story because they're afraid of the hurt, shame, guilt that they will be inflicted upon. So for me, I have no shame in my game. Drugs was a huge part of my life. My life was unmanageable and I was out of control. So once I got clean, guess what though? My life became out of control again because it was the food. It was the food that made it better. It was the food that comforted me. When I was getting high, when I was happy, sad, mad, upset, pissed off, it doesn't matter. I use dope. Okay, so now we're not using the dope. So now we're using the food. The food had become my best friend. So guess what? Life had become unmanageable. For funds, because I'm eating out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm sneaking food home, throwing it in the trash before I could get home so my family don't see the bag because I didn't bring them none. But I got weight loss surgery in October of 2020. And the reason why I say this is because now that we don't have the dope, now that we don't have the food, what do I do now? Now it's time to work on Stephanie, because now I don't have those coping mechanisms no more. And the biggest thing is, I think sometimes we forget that we're always a work in progress. I know by your books, when you could go back to the first book that you wrote, and the last book that you wrote, you see a huge difference in of where you are in the stages of your life, because we're forever evolving, we're forever changing. So now I relate my life more of, let's walk, let's eat right, because if I don't, I get sick as a dog anyway.
Yeah.
But let me work on me so I can better help serve somebody else. I can't help any individuals if I am exhausted because I didn't sleep the night before because I was sick, or I'm tired because I haven't ate. I know how to ration out my food and to eat throughout the day, rather than being hangry, as they say, hungry and angry because I haven't ate. Life and recovery is a process. Recovery is a forever evolving process. I will never be that individual me. I can only speak of Stephanie. I will never be recovered. I will always be in recovery. It's an action word for me. I have got to be practicing some kind of program in order to help better my life. On top of all the titles that you named earlier, I do a lot. I am also the PR chair, which is public relations for the greater Sand Hills area of Narcotics Anonymous. We cover Richmond, Hoke, Moore, Lee, and I'm missing one, Cumberland, and Robeson County for Narcotics Anonymous. So that is how I give back for my recovery, is by being available for those who need me. Because I think it's important that I don't care whether you got 24 hours clean, you're a miracle. Because the way dope is going today, a lot of people is not getting them 24 hours.
No.
So, and as far as the stigma, so that's just like me telling somebody, that's like me telling you, Anthony, okay, you know what? You see that sky? The sky is purple. You gonna tell me, no, that sky is blue, and I'm gonna tell you, no, it's purple, and this is my view, and that's the way I see it. Can you persuade me differently? No, but I will encourage. Okay, you can see it. If I see it purple, you can tell me. You might see it purple, and I can purple, and I get your understanding. I may not agree with you, but I see it. I can't correct those because they have their labels already made for me. My actions will speak louder than my words. You can label me all you want. You can label me the high school dropout. You can label me the 15-year-old mother. You can label me whatever you, the dope, the powder head, the crackhead, whatever you want to label me. But as far as when you label that stuff, make sure you put my degrees in front of it.
Come on
Make
now.
sure you put my accolades in front of it.
Come on
Make sure
now.
you add all my accomplishments in front of it. You can add whatever else you want to add to it.
Yeah.
I don't care because I know who I am today, and that's important for me. So I mean, a lot of people just still they won't change. They're always gonna see me as that addict, as that drug addict. That's cool with me, dude. Makes me none.
Yeah, and look, I told somebody, I said, you know what? If I passed away, they gonna probably say that dope finally got him, and I'm gonna be clean. I know I'm gonna be clean.
Look, it's either gonna be the dope or COVID. It's
Yeah.
everything is a dope or COVID. It's one of the two. You sneezed in the store today, you got COVID. I don't know. I'll be in there dying. I'm trying to hold it so nobody look at me funny. But I mean, we're always gonna have that stigma. You know, if you've seen me or seen my shirts or page, just about every 2-3 times a week, I wear a different shirt because May is mental health awareness. You know, my daughter is starting to struggle mentally because of COVID. She's 13, puberty. I want to choke her, but she's still alive for now. And with COVID and restrictions, so mentally she starts. She said, "Well, Mom, why do you wear that?" I said, "Well, are you stupid? No. Are you crazy? No. What do people? If people knew your story, would they look at you crazy?" She said, "Probably." I said, "But are you crazy?" She said, "No." I said, "You just have a mental illness."
Yeah.
We have to be aware that mental illness, stroke, everybody struggles with something at some point in their life. We don't have to put a stigma or a label or a name attached to it. You know,
Yeah.
some people see me as, put together, as they want to say. They don't know I take medication every day to stay put together because if I don't, I'm going to unravel. Okay, it's going to be an epic mess. It's going to be an epic fail. So I make sure that I stay in the now. I make sure that I show people that recovery is possible. What our parents should tell us back in the days: actions speak louder than words.
Hmm.
I can tell you every day that I'm in recovery. I can tell you every day I'm changed. But if you want to see me a certain way, regardless, you're going to see me that way. But I'm going to show you I'm not.
Yeah.
From I'm long story short, I had my first child I got pregnant at 14 years old. My son is 25. Um, my mother died she stroked out when I was 9. My father had a massive heart attack at 16. By the time I was 21, I had 3 children. So I dropped out of school at 14. So from my story to now is a big difference. But there's
Oh
always
God.
going to be that individual that see me as that 15-year-old high school dropout. And that's okay.
Wow. That's powerful, Stephanie. You got to get that book out of you.
No, it's too much right now, Anthony. Holler at me later. Look, my homegirl Mahogany, she's probably watching me now. She's
She
been on me.
is.
She's already read the book, and she's some phenomenal. She just finished with her master's degree, and she keep pushing me, but we're not ready yet. Give me a couple
Yeah.
more years.
Mahogany says she's so proud of you, and she says you're such a bright light, my love.
I know she's awesome.
So I
She's
might have to have
pushing.
Mahogany on the show.
You need to have Mahogany on the show. That girl is phenomenal. And
Yeah.
she pushes, and I'm grateful for everybody. I feel like we all need those individuals in our corner. We all need those individuals that's going to push us and
Yeah.
motivate us to do better. Because back in the day, you ever heard that saying? I didn't pay no attention. Birds of a feather flock together. I never heard of that. Whatever. That's just the stupidest thing I've ever. No, you are the company you keep.
That's right.
If you hang with somebody that's not about nothing, that don't want to do nothing to get high, what are you going to do? You're going to sit around, do nothing, and get high.
That's
You
right.
get with those individuals that want to do better. It has nothing to do with a degree. If it's all about being healthy, being happy, and staying clean just for the day, I need to hang with those individuals. I'm not going to call nobody a winner or a loser because that's just jacked up. But I want to hang with the individuals that are motivated to do something with their lives.
Yeah, that's
You know?
important. And I want to give a shout. I got Gloria McNeil is on here. Gloria's
Hey,
got some great. Gloria
Gloria!
got
Pastor
Gloria
Gloria!
comments. Gloria will preach on us now, but Gloria comments are praise God, and Yes, me too. But one of my I got some confidants on here. I got Stephanie, you a confidant to me right now.
Yeah,
Because you know what? You know about me.
yeah.
You might not know my person, but by the fact that I say I'm in recovery, you know everything about me.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
the beautiful thing about
yeah,
recovery is that we all have different paths. We all have different walks. None of our story is the same, but guess what? Our lives have become unmanageable with dope, and we had to do something different. That's all that matters.
come on.
That's all that matters. That
Yeah,
we got tired of doing the same thing, getting the same results and insanity. So we decided at some point we had had enough, and things need to change.
Stephanie, God saved us for a time such as this
Yeah,
because right now I roll hard. I partied hard now, and right now, like you said earlier on them streets, they got one hit of quitters now.
yeah.
You know, and I just pray right now and pray there's anybody that's under the sound of our voice right now that needs help, they could reach out. Send inbox me. And you guys heard Stephanie, and you know what? I gotta have Stephanie back because we just say it just ain't enough time. And because we got a staff meeting shortly, so I need to head over to the building. But Stephanie, I want to read this right quick. It's on the back of the pamphlet of the drug free Moore County. It says, no one is ever too broken, too scarred, or too far gone to create change. Never lose faith, never stop fighting. And that's on the back of our pamphlet.
Yeah.
I love that. So, Stephanie, right now, if you could tell someone that's listening to you right now that maybe sitting there going, they don't understand. I can't get. I just can't stop. I can't stop. I don't know what to do. Yeah, they keep talking about this resource center. I can't get it together. But I'm a living example that your life will change if you have that moment of clarity and you continue. You got to fight though. You got to fight. You might have some shakes.
Mhm.
You might say, and look, you might even go back and pick up again.
Yeah.
What do you tell somebody, Stephanie, that may be in the midst of active addiction, but I know in the midst of active addiction, sometimes it gets older. You don't want to keep doing that. But the dope came free for me.
Mhm.
They started throwing it at me, but I had to make a decision. Stephanie, what do you tell that person?
That recovery is possible. It may not look good, it may not feel good, it may not seem like it's working, but it's possible. 24 hours, if we can count 24 hours, give yourself 24 hours to not use. Because that 24 hours for me turned into another 24 hours, which turned into a week, which turned into a month. But recovery is possible. Don't mean that that skies are going to be gray. I mean blue every single day. Don't mean that we're going to wake up on a cloud nine every single day, because it's not true. But no matter what happens in life, dope don't make it any better. We've all got to get to our bottom. And doesn't mean my bottom, fortunately, very prayerfully, I didn't lose everything, but I lost me. I didn't lose my house and my cars and my husband, but I lost me spiritually. I was bankrupt. So for that individual that might still be using or contemplating on whether they want to get clean or want to get sober, at the end of the day, life changes and life going to go on. But no matter what, we don't have to pick up. No matter what, because like you say, Anthony, we got the one hit of quitters out here. So many individuals went out for just that one more and wasn't able to come back. So just remember, I couldn't get clean for my kids. Oh, my kids needed me. My husband needed me. Everybody needed me. But I kept using dope. It wasn't until I decided that I needed me could I stop using drugs. Recovery is possible. For that family member that keeps using, recovery is possible. Don't ever give up on that individual. But we also don't enable. We don't give money. We don't keep paying individuals' bills. We have to put some kind of healthy, safe boundaries for those individuals. But never give up. Never give up on them and never give up on ourselves, because at the end of the day, we need us and other people need us.
Wow, thank you so much, Stephanie. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? There you have it. You had your Miraculous Monday show with Stephanie Heck McLean on the MIA morning show with Motivation Inspiration with Anthony. and we will be back. Stephanie, little do you know, this is the first show I've done since I've had my back surgery, and you were the guest on my show today. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, God bless you, my sister, and keep doing what you're doing. And somebody, this is going to replay. I'll replay it often, and it's on my Facebook page. It's on my YouTube channel, and it's also on my Males of Distinction Facebook page. So God bless you, and thank you so much for being my return guest on the MIA Morning Show. So stand by. Let me play my intro out, and we'll just stand by. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thank you.